এটা মনে পড়তে হবে শাসন শুধু ভাষণ নয় আসল অস্ত্র
I got the clicker, thank you. Good evening. So over a period of today, you've heard from my teammates of the different cool things and the new features of our software. New Launchpad, new Launchpad, Pro Code, and obviously the love that goes into our software. Now, this love is not only restricted to our software, it permeates every part of our company culture. And I'm proud to work for a company with a heart. But this story is not about Neptune Software. This story is about Bloodmates and Neptune Software. This story is about how that love transcends global geographical boundaries and ends up saving lives. So all of this started around December 2018 when I had to go down to India, specifically Calcutta. And I'd gone there for vacation. And my mother-in-law was taken critically ill. At a very critical juncture of her illness, we needed one unit of O-negative blood. 1 unit of O-negative blood. How difficult can that be, right? But you would be surprised to hear that we failed to get that 1 unit of blood. And at that critical juncture, we reached out to a team called Bloodmates. And they worked day and night to ensure that we got that 1 unit of blood in record time. Well, my mother-in-law didn't make it. But that sort of got me to take a resolve that this is not going to happen to anybody else. I have to do something. We all have to do something to make a change. Now, to understand why getting blood is that difficult, you need to understand the condition that or the socio-cultural and economical situations of India, per se. So a lot of people in India, especially in the rural areas, they don't even know their blood group. And whenever you approach a blood bank for blood, what ideally happens is they sort of tell you to first replenish the blood before you can take out any. I mean, think about this. Your loved one is at the hospital. They need blood critically at that point of time. What would you do? Would you be better be with them or basically go on a hunt for blood? Right? And what makes it all the more complicated is that a lot of people come to India or that part of the country for medical treatment. We have people from Bangladesh, we have people from Bhutan come in, and blood is not something that you can just buy off the streets, right? I mean, you need to know something locally who would be able or who would be ready to replenish that blood before you can get the blood out. So Bloodmates creates this bridge between the donors and the people who need blood. And they do it without there being any financial exchange. They do it on their own free time, and they do it sometimes, or maybe most of the times, by actually spending money from their own hard-earned money from their own pockets. Let's take a look at a small video about what Bloodmates do and who they are.
India, a land of variety of cultures and religion. In this developing nation, serious issues with the basic necessities of life like clean water, road, electricity, etc. still exist profoundly. Therefore, it is not surprising that getting required blood in an emergency in this country is still a luxury.
I traveled to India last May from Bangladesh with my daughter. She was being admitted to Tata Cancer Hospital for treatment of blood cancer. I faced a crisis when after chemotherapy, there was a huge need of blood for my daughter. All I did was give Bloodmates my daughter's MR number, name and bed number. After that, there's been a steady supply of blood.
Whenever we get a request for blood, we do 2 things simultaneously. post on social media to request everyone to come forward and donate. And also, look up on our own database of blood donors to find a donor. Till now, we have used offline Excel sheets and Google Forms for the data collection and had to manually call up all the matched donors one by one.
Neptune Software has developed an app that helps Bloodmates manage their blood donor database and donation camp activities. It also helps them communicate with the potential donors using the campaign option when there is a requisition of blood in particular area and blood group. Usually, during blood donation camps, donors get added to the database. Bloodmates takes the initiative to spread awareness against the blood donation myth and break stereotypes. Also encourage more people to donate blood. Throughout the year, they hold several blood donation camps, either to help individual patients or a blood bank.
This work of theirs deserves credit, and I would request everyone to stand by them. They just act as the bridge between donors and recipients. Together, we can make the world a better place.
So now let's talk a little bit. Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about the app, the solution that we built, right? As you heard, they used to operate out of offline Excel sheets and Google Forms. The first line of things, or the first order of things, was obviously to get them online. But in a country like India, where network connectivity and internet is spotty at times, we also had to ensure that they can work offline as well. So the app works offline. They have access to their donor data when they're not even connected to a cellular network. Now, to alleviate the problem of Bloodmates being able to go to rural areas and let people know of their blood group and issue donor cards, we had to ensure that the work works offline and has full offline donor management capabilities. So that works. And lastly, we had to ensure that there was a way to reach out to donors when there was a necessity of blood. Now, as I said, internet connectivity is a premium and always spotty. So we thought that the best way to do that would be through SMS or text messaging. So anytime there's a campaign, there's a requirement for blood, an automated text gets sent out to all the matched donors, and they can actually reply to that SMS, and that reflects in our app and shows who has said that they can be available for donation or not, and the coordinators of Bloodmates always have a running count. You know, previously, they used to do this by manually calling up each and every donor, and there could be hundreds to thousands of donors for a particular blood group. This is just the beginning for Bloodmates, of course. I mean, we went on a trial basis in May this year, and we've already seen a significant improvement in efficiency. Data is being added to the database right now as we speak, right? You most probably heard the song that was playing in the background when I was coming up. That is a song called Ugrobader Gupto Boi, in my native tongue, Bengali, from the well-known national award-winning singer, songwriter, composer, rock star, and my inspiration, Rupam Islam. That means, or that roughly translates to, get up, O soldier, the battle is nigh. It's time to remind the leaders that leading is not only about making speeches. The real weapon is harmony. And through this global coordination, through harmony, we can make good things happen. We can create something great together. I would like to end this by thanking my team members of Bloodmates, Priyam Sengupta, Paulomi Mojumdar, Shabnam Banerjee, and Sudeshna Guho. And I would also love to thank my family, my extended Neptune family. Make no mistake, it was not me alone. It was my entire Neptune family who was in this together from the beginning to this point of time. Thank you guys, I love you.
নেতা মনে করতে হবে শাসন শুধু ভাষণ নয় আসল অস্ত্র সমন্বয়